Hello, friends. Welcome back to Shadow Play Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me here today. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Make yourselves at home. There is plenty of content to catch up on. And if you're returning, well, my babies, you guys already know how I feel about you. I appreciate you so much being here today. I hope you guys are all doing well. And today we have a special little reading lined up. We are going to be doing a Delulu checkpoint reading. Friends, if you are newer here, I mean, I don't know what's newer. We haven't done one in a while. So anyway, if this hasn't happened since you have joined me, then this is a series that I've had going on for the last, I think, couple years maybe, where we are checking in and seeing, am I kind of making this up, or can I get some confirmation as to whether my situation is going to pan out the way that I think it is or not. Now, whatever that might be for you, this reading specifically, this is going to be asking the question, will this happen for you? So for some of you, maybe this has to do with love, a relationship, maybe it's career, a move, whatever it may be. It's good to keep in mind to take the messages as they pertain to you and your own situation. And that's only if it feels like it resonates. If it does not, if it feels completely off to you, that probably means that the message, the story is just not yours today. It's not for you. So in this reading, we are going to be asking, what is your situation and circumstance? This part of the reading should help you connect to each group. And then, we're going to be asking, will this happen? Now, if you are interested in more readings like this, or if you want to hear me go way more into depth over what a Delulu checkpoint is, if you go to the playlists, the oldest one, it's the one that has the most views. That one, I think I spend a good amount of time. There's like 10 minutes where I talk about a Delulu checkpoint. So, and where it kind of originated from. And there's, I think there's a nice handful of readings there as well. If you haven't seen them, you can check them out. Okay, with all of that being said, buckle up, my babies. Let's tap in. Let's get into it. You guys know what to do. 3 groups to choose from. As always, we have a group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. Whenever you're ready, you got your reading. Hello, my group number 1s. If you picked this sticker, then welcome to your reading, friends. It's actually a bookmark, but that's okay. You guys know what I mean. My babies, I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for being here today. As you know, we have a special little reading lined up. We are going to be doing a Delulu checkpoint reading. It has been a long time. My apologies to those of you that have been wanting me to do these. It is something that we used to do quite regularly here on the channel. So if you have questions over what a Delulu checkpoint is, it's basically, a moment to ask yourself, am I being delusional about the situation? Is it really going to pan out the way that I think it is? Let me try to get some confirmation or some messages to help bring clarity. So that's kind of what the point of this reading is. Now, if you want to hear more in depth over what the Delulu checkpoint is or where it came from, if you go to the playlist, there is a Delulu checkpoint playlist. And the oldest reading, which is the one that has the most amount of views, I believe, that one we go way into depth. That's also a good reading too, if you haven't watched it yet. All right, besides that though, let's dive in. We are going to be asking the question, what is your current situation and circumstance that you are thinking about, that you are looking into today? This part should help you connect to this group, and then we're going to be asking, will this happen for you? So more so than anything, how is this going to pan out? Now, keep in mind, it is a collective reading. Use your own discernment. Maybe there's certain signals or signs that you can ask for that will help you confirm that this is your reading. If something feels completely off, if only parts of it make sense, then just take those parts that do. And anything that doesn't sound right to you, that's totally fine, friends. It doesn't, it might mean it's not for you. All right, so enough of that. Let's dive in. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel these messages today for my group number 1. All right, let's tap in, my babies. Messages for my group 1s, please. How will they know this is their reading today? What is their current situation and circumstance that they're wanting to check in on? This situation and circumstance that they're wondering about, if it's going to end up happening for them. What can we know about that? How will they know this is their reading? How will they know this is their reading? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group 1s, please. What's their current situation and circumstance? How will they know this is their reading? We have the Five of Wands, Four of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Okay, so this feels like there's something very competitive, or if it's a focus on job or money, it's almost like we don't have enough. Like the Four of Pentacles is greedy, but the Four of Pentacles could also be holding on to grudges. So you guys never know who is watching and why they're watching. And I did mention in the intro that in this reading, since we're asking, will this happen for you? It's super important that you take the messages that pertain to your own specific situation, because some of you guys might be here for love, but others of you guys might be here for other life things, right? Career, a move. So I am going to describe it in a couple of different ways. That doesn't mean that I am not confident in the messages. I do want to say that because there's been some interesting comments about how I'm reading. And the only reason why I bring these side stories is because, babes, not everyone is in the same boat as you. People have different things going on. So we are going to talk about it in a couple of different ways. So just know which lane you're in, right? Okay, so for those of you that this does have to do about work, it's like you're really good at what you do. You're very passionate, you're very creative. You could also have some kind of unconventional path, or maybe like an unconventional, I don't know, career. Maybe your industry is a little unconventional, or maybe you have kind of a specialized trade, or you have a specialized knowledge. Whatever it is, though, it feels like it's highly competitive, and maybe right now it's like the jobs aren't paying enough, or there's almost like a living paycheck to paycheck. Like I have a job where things are secure, but at the same time, I still feel like I'm living paycheck to paycheck. So just kind of getting that storyline out of the way. If that's something you're dealing with, and this could also be an indicator that this is your group. Now, for those of you that are dealing with someone that you are interested in, someone that you are connecting with, I do think that you guys work really well together. The King of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands, I do like that energy together. One's about making business happen, or being supportive, or providing the tools, or the support, the consistency, the loyalty. And then this queen brings in her spirituality, or her creativity, the passion, the drive, the beauty. So there is this feeling here of maybe an unconventional connection, or an unconventional, I don't know, maybe for some of you guys, it's even relationship with that Hierophant in reverse. It almost tells me like it's hard to define what this is, but the vibes are there. But you guys might kind of get into it sometimes. You guys may either clash, or you may, maybe there's some sexual tension. Maybe there's, I don't know, maybe there's something that you guys butt heads on, or like I said, some form of tension. Maybe it's even like competitiveness with that Five of Wands. This Four of Pentacles, though, it tells me that we're holding on to it, or we're being controlling, or we are, earlier I did say greedy, because it just feels like not kind of giving enough, but in this way, it's almost like we could be hanging on to a grudge as well. And essentially that's kind of what I'm picking up with that energy. All right, so we have the Knight of Pentacles. So moving slowly, or things have been moving slowly. Tell me about the Five of Wands. Messages for my group number ones, please. What's their situation and circumstance? How will they know this is their reading? Yeah, you guys, for a lot of you guys, this has to do with work, or a father figure, or a person that maybe, if this is like the ideal partner, but this would almost be like you want like provider. Like this is literally like big zaddy energy. This is like CEO energy. This is financial backer. This is, it's like the one that kind of handles it, the one that maybe makes decisions for others. And it's coming through very strongly in your reading. The fact that you got the Emperor and the King of Pentacles, it's very masculine energy. It's very business driven as well. But like I said, if it's a person, maybe it's like your ideal person that you are looking for. Again, some of you guys are here for career path, or a move, or something regarding your life in that way. And others of you are here about a partnership, romance, relationship. Um, this energy could be kind of hard to, maybe hard is the wrong word, but maybe it's been kind of challenging feeling like this, or like feeling sad or regretful, or kind of almost getting tired of things, like, okay, this isn't enough, or this isn't working, or when is this going to kind of come to an end? When are things going to change? That Seven of Swords tells me that there could also, with the Five of Wands, we could also be, um I don't know, it could feel like a little imposter syndrome, maybe, depending on what this is. Doubts, not trusting. Maybe there's also a feeling of not being upfront, or if there's an energy of a competitiveness that you're dealing with, it's almost like we're masking it with something else, like we're hiding it, we're not necessarily being direct, we're coming about it sideways. Thank you, Spirit. Why the Hierophant in reverse? Knight of Swords in reverse. And tell me why the Knight of Pentacles. Chariot. So for some of you guys, this is just kind of the way that things are going, meaning you may not be able to kind of take control. And that's mostly for those of you that this has to do with your career or your industry or where things are heading. Because it really does seem like you're doing what you can, or you're showing up how you can, even though there's some past triggers that are happening. So for some of you guys, say that this is work, you could be getting triggered by like a childhood mentality that was like drilled into you as to what you needed to do, or what success looked like, or what a certain path looked like. If it's not that, then maybe if you guys, this is romantic or relationships, then this is for those of you that maybe your childhood wounds are being triggered, or something from the past is being triggered. And it's almost like it's been like this for a while, or it just feels like even though we're making slow progress, or even though it's been a long time, you might kind of be feeling at the point where you're just, like I said, you're either like tired of it, or you're like, okay, how much longer is this going to be like this for? Some of you guys could even have like, I don't know, some kind of thoughts or ideas that are hard to kind of break out of, but you've worked really hard to like undo these beliefs and these, like I said, it's almost like things that could have been drilled into you when you were younger or through past experiences. And so now that you're here, I do think that you're doing what you can, given your situation and your circumstances. And it's almost like, okay, well, I just got to keep going. I just got to ride this out. I got to, it's like there's no going back. We just keep going forward. All right. I am also getting it's a time for peace. I just heard it's a time for peace, is a time for rest. So maybe some of you guys have been feeling a little tired, or you've been maybe sleeping late or something like that. But this is kind of a nudge to take a break and take your time. Yeah. All right. The moon, unforeseen, I almost said unforeseen circumstances, justice. It's going to work out. They're saying, it's going to work out. Everything is going to be okay. But it's just that, how is it going to be okay? What does that look like? What does that path look like? Oh, all right. Guys, you'll have to let me know if that made sense. I know we were a little bit all over the place, but I really do feel like there is definitely different things coming through for you guys. All right, let's continue. So we have Earth and Fire, so Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, and Aries, Leo, Sag, especially Aries with that Emperor coming through. All right, well, let's look into the question. Will this happen for you? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number ones, please. Messages for my group number ones. What can we know? What can you tell us? Will this happen for my group ones? Will this happen for my group ones, and what can they know about that? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group ones, please. Whatever they're coming to this reading for, whatever is on their mind, will this end up happening for them, and what do they need to know? Thank you, Spirit. right. I do want to pull this because that does keep coming through in your reading. So we have Leo energy. The sun is a very positive card to stand on or to start. I mean, we could solely stand on the sun card if we're asking if this is going to end up happening for you. What this tells us and what this assures us is that the outcome will make you happy, or it'll be for your greater good or your for your well-being, where you will be okay. Now that's hard to say what that looks like, right? Because that path may look different than the one you have in mind or had in mind. But what that tells me is that you are going to be happy. If you're asking, if you're ever going to be happy, that's a big old yes. We have Judgment reverse and Queen of Swords. All right, so there's some things here along the way. There's some lessons, there's some realizations, and there's also a point where you maybe stop kind of looking back. If there's this energy here that keeps you looking in the rearview mirror, metaphorically, of course, then maybe there's a point where you kind of stop and you're saying no more. The Judgment reverse could mean it could mean a couple of different things. First and foremost, it's the lessons that we need to learn, the things that we ignored, the red flags, the this, the that maybe chasing what we thought was going to make us happy. And then we get there and, oh, that's actually not it. That's actually not it. I actually have more to learn before I kind of get to a place that I want to be, whatever that is. Different things coming through for different people. But what I do know is that for some of you, you're further along in your journey and you're already at a place where you're closer to having that thing that you want, or experiencing the things, or whatever it is that you're coming to this reading for. And others of you still have a couple of these moments of Judgment reverse moments to go through before maybe you kind of hone in on what exactly it is that you do want. It does seem like it takes, or it's taken, a few either failed attempts or experiences that maybe you just had to try something or experience something almost to like know what it is that you want. Again, maybe it's even like checking things off the list. We have King of Cups, messages for my group number ones. Will this happen for them? The thing they're coming to this reading for. Will this happen for them? We have the Knight of Cups. If you're coming here, or if you're coming here wondering about love, no, I'm just kidding, guys. If you're coming here wondering if you're going to have offers, I do see it. I do see it. And I see that for some of you, you get the offer that you want, but it's going to be very important for you not to be blinded again, because you guys are just at different points. And others of you kind of already learned your lesson and you're like, now I know what I'm looking for. And now I know when it's right for me. So it's just going to be a couple of different scenarios coming through. But yeah, I mean, some of you guys could have also like maybe even like lost a little bit of hope or feeling like this is never going to happen. But I'm seeing a lot of emotional fulfillment, a lot of love. For those of you that this is romance, it's a lot of being in love, and it's a romantic kind of situation. If it's dating or if it's a specific person, like I do see connection here. For those of you that this is dating, I want to look at that Judgment reverse. So we have lots of healing. It's very beautiful energy where, whatever it is that you wanted to happen, it is happening. Now, for those of you that this has to do with career or work or anything like that, this does feel like you're going to get the offers that you want and you love what you do. You feel like you've come to the right place. Why Judgment reverse? All right, we have King of Wands, Eight of Swords, Page of Cups. So this is talking about you expressing yourself, or maybe like, okay, some of you guys might like intimidate others or a partner, or maybe you did at one point, but it got this person to kind of approach you differently, or it's going to get this person to approach you differently. Now, I am feeling like there was a snag, or essentially that's maybe where we started with that Judgment reverse, where it's like almost like I didn't see it. Maybe you used to always go for certain types or approach relationships in a certain way. Or maybe jobs, you had to take the ones that, weren't really the ones that were going to be the end all be all, but they were like in the moment. There is this feeling here of I did that in order to learn this. And now this is what I get in return, which there's a lot of emotional fulfillment. And I know that I already said that, but I do want to reiterate that for some of you guys, it's just not going to look the way that you thought it was, or the path there isn't going to be what you thought it was. But you're going to learn a lot from it. Some of you guys are going to have anxieties to maybe work through, or a part of your growth and your challenge is going to be really learning how to communicate when you are feeling stuck, or why you're feeling the way that you're feeling, in order to give someone else room to grow. Whether that's, the person romantically, or your job, your work situation, and see, giving it a chance to kind of better the situation. Again, there is something here about timing. Maybe it's like we wanted it to go one way, or and maybe when it shows up or when it's finally here, there's a little bit of skepticism. Very realistic, also being very nervous or afraid to kind of step into this, and maybe repeating some kind of what you deem was a mistake, or repeating or getting into a situation that doesn't work out. I do see you being very logical and practical about that. But essentially, you follow your heart, and you decide to either get back out there, get back together with this person, go back out and say yes to the offer that's being offered, if it's work or some kind of shift. But I do see that this is something that I think you're going to love. So if it's a person, there's a lot of love here. You're in love. And if it's some kind of career shift or a move or anything like that, I think your heart is going to tell you it's time, or, this is it, or it's time to go. All right. I just don't think, again, with this Eight of Wands in reverse, it talks about blocks or being blocked, but it also talks about, maybe you felt like your love life was blocked, or maybe you felt like all offers were blocked for a while. But this can also signify when we are feeling maybe a little frustrated about the timing of things, where it's like we want them to shoot, right? The arrows through the air, they're going fast. And sometimes it's just not like that. And it feels like whatever this is pertaining to, there was a snag, there was a challenge. All right. But at the end, you're going to realize why everything like was the way it was, or worked out the way it did, or you're going to see that everything works out. All right. Six of Wands, victory. I love that. So victory, we have Leo, Aquarius. So fixed signs showing themselves. We'll throw Scorpio and Taurus in there. We also have Pisces. I almost said Capricorn, so we'll throw Cappy, Virgo. So yeah, heavy on the earth. Lots of motions with this little Page of Cups here. And that King of Cups, this is someone that I feel is going to be sincere and genuine, and be very sweet to you, or the offer is going to be sweet. Obviously, if it's romantic, it's going to be very romantic, very sweet, very thoughtful. And if it's work related, it's going to be a sweet deal. It feels like a sweet deal for you. All right, my babies, that's what I have for you in regards to, is this going to happen for you or not? You guys will have to let me know. That reading, I felt a little lost at times, but that's because it's not for me. All right, let's see. We have sweetness. What did I say, bitch? I said it. A sweet deal, not you getting the sweet deals. We have anger. It could be over timing or things to process. Also the Grudge, right? Not The Grudge. Isn't that a scary movie? Rejection. So consciousness. There was something that didn't work out for you. There was rejection, or there's a lot that happened maybe. But it's almost like it came in swinging. It literally almost like metaphorically, like maybe like, gave you a couple of little punches, a little punches somewhere to your ego, to your emotions, all of the things, right? But I love consciousness and peace, because this feels like you surrendered, you let go, or you're trying to. You're also learning, you're growing through experiences. No one, like, imagine if we never made mistakes, we wouldn't know anything. Like and trust me, I am not the most graceful with myself when it comes to mistakes. The little things I'm fine, but the big shit, I'm like, bitch, you should have known. Like, and I'll be like, you did it to yourself. You really did. And I'll have to put myself in the mind frame of like, okay, well, what if someone came to you and said this? I'd be like, no, you're good. It's a learning opportunity. And I have to remind myself of that. So maybe you also went through that, but it was a process. Your tarot lady gets it, all right? But I love peace. I do. I love it, and sweetness. So whatever it is that you are seeking, my friends, I think it is about to seek you out as well. My group number ones, let me know how it went. Please take care of yourselves. Thank you so, so much for being here. And I'll catch you at the next one. Thanks, guys. Hello, my group number twos. If you picked this sticker, then welcome to your reading, friends. Today we have a little special reading. We are going to be doing a Delulu checkpoint. Will this happen for you? So whatever it is that you are thinking about, that you are trying to get answers for, if you're wondering, am I delusional here or is this actually going to happen? We are going to be trying to get some messages for clarity and guidance for you. Now, with that being said, keep in mind that and not everyone that is watching for the same reason that you are. So it's important that you take the messages as they pertain to you and your own situation. I could be talking about different scenarios, so just know how it applies to you and if it does. We are going to be asking the question, what is your current situation and circumstance that you are wondering about, to help you connect to this group? And then we'll be looking into, will this end up happening for you? All right. With that being said, if you guys want to know more about a Delulu checkpoint and what it is and why we even started doing them, I do go way more in depth into that in the first Delulu checkpoint reading, which you can find under the playlist. So go check that out if you'd like. With that being said, my babies, I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so, so much for being here today. I appreciate you guys. Let's get to it. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel these messages today for my group number twos. My group twos, please. Thank you, Spirit. My group number twos. All right, let's tap in. Why are they coming to this reading? What is their current situation and circumstance that they're wondering about? Thank you, Spirit. Can we give them some signs and indicators that this reading is for them? Messages for my group number twos, please. How will they know this is their reading? What is their current situation and circumstance that they're coming to this reading for? What's their current situation and circumstance that they're coming to this reading for? All right. Messages for my group number twos. We have Death card, Scorpio. Oh, shit, bitch. Okay. Not the Great Awakening. Not the better days are ahead. Listen, I don't know what little cloudy skies you were living under or what little storm you had to weather, but this feels good. This feels very transformative. Like, come on now. Out of 4 cards, 3 are majors. That's major. That's big. What does this tell me? It tells me it's not over in 1 day or 2. This is months. This is months. Might even be years in the making. This could also be like, in your heart, it. There's no denying it. It, that there's some deep transformation or deep change, or something is shifting and it's time to move. It's time to move on, or it's time to move forward, or yeah, we'll see what this is. I like it. Messages for my group twos, please. What's their current situation and circumstance? How will they know this is their reading? This is nice. Some of you guys might be like, I don't know, leaving the nest, right? Or you might be opening up your own business. You might be becoming a freelancer. You might know that this is the end of your single years. I don't know. I'm trying to apply it to you guys as to how it could show up. Whatever this is, though, this leaves you in a very empowered position. Some of you guys might be graduating or closing out some kind of cycle. Some of you guys went to therapy, and therapy helped you grow into this person that you're becoming. You're now taking care of yourself, your home, your things, right? You're in a really good place. This is almost the energy of my credit score is increasing. My everything is kind of starting to flower. It's growing. My garden is growing. It feels really good, and it feels like this is something, it's work that you had to do. You're the one that did this. Now you know it, even if it's not here yet, it's like you know it. I feel like your soul is, there's just an awakening going on. You could be feeling really excited about what's to come. You could be feeling excited about a milestone you're about to reach, a graduation, a milestone birthday, a big event in life, or just maybe in your heart, you know that maybe you're going to be married soon. That I know that sounds kind of, where did that come from? But we're having a lot of indicators over really big things in that way, especially marriage. The marriage cards are definitely here with that Four of Wands and that Hierophant. All right, well, what's this epiphany about? Things coming back into balance, things moving forward. Maybe you guys are dating. Maybe that your love life is changing, or that the right offers, if it's work or career, or they're coming. It feels like this group feels very secure in what they've invested in, or how things are currently going. And this is almost like, I've been through a lot, or I've worked really hard to get here. And now I know, my soul knows that the things are changing. This also feels like, literally, I said, of leaving the nest, but it's almost like being pushed out the nest. It's almost like things had to happen in order to make you grow up. I'm not saying that you weren't grown up. I'm just saying, like, something happened here where maybe it's like you had to, yeah, maybe it just kind of forced you to step out into your own. And yeah, it's almost like be very self-sufficient or self-reliant, or very comfortable with yourself. All right, why the Nine of Pentacles? Messages for my group number twos. What's their situation? I almost can't even talk. What's their situation and circumstance that they're coming to this reading for? How will they know this is their reading? Why the Nine of Pentacles? All right, why the Nine of Pentacles with the Eight of Cups in reverse? Seven of Swords. So something keeps you in place. So you're doing good. You're really doing good. You're in a good place. And I do think you're getting ready to shift, but there's a little lack of trust, of faith. Is this going to happen? Is this really it? Do I really believe this? There's a little hesitation here that you haven't fully maybe detached from, or separated from, or walked away from. Maybe there's something about a wait with that Three of Wands, waiting for the right time, or anticipating, watching something, but there's kind of a lack of trust. Or maybe you're not even admitting that you're watching this, or maybe you're not admitting that you're waiting for a specific time, which yeah, you don't need to be announcing your moves. All right, what else, please? Tell me about the Death card and High Priestess. So Scorpio, Pisces, Leo, Sagittarius, Libra, Taurus, Sagittarius again, and Cancer. Why the Death card with the High Priestess? Six of Wands reversed. It's not the time, or you don't feel successful enough, or maybe you're not bringing this to light yet. Why the Sun with the Four of Wands? Why Judgment with Justice? Why Six of Swords with the Knight of Cups? Yeah, this feels like, why does it feel like you guys are kind of getting away at night? Your silent getaway. You might be silently getting away from your job. You're like, peace out, bitches. On a Friday, they're like, have a good weekend. You're like, have a nice life. I'm starting my new job on Monday. I'm starting my new life on Monday. I mean, yeah, there's definitely, I joke around about the job situation, because it could definitely, it is giving the vibe of just sneaking off into the sunset and just living your life, taking your last paycheck, and just, that's the last they hear of you. But besides that, on the love side of things, I don't know why it kind of feels like, I don't know if you have your eye on someone or if things are hush hush between you guys, but it's almost like this is someone or this is something that you know is part of your future or is meant for you. Like it feels pretty big, regardless of where it lands in your life. I do think that there is a lot of happiness around the corner, or there's something here that you're starting, or there's something, like I said, you're celebrating, or you're coming together, you're doing something, you're going somewhere. Maybe there's someone there and you have an eye on them, or this is that the Six of Wands in reverse with this Seven of Swords over here. It makes me think of I don't want them to catch me watching, or I don't want them to know that I'm paying attention. So again, there is this energy here of a little bit of a keeping an eye on things, but it would be more of like side eye, not directly. But it feels like you're, I almost said like keeping the temperature, but temperance is there. It's like you're keeping balanced on things, but you're also, it's almost like you're keeping tabs, perhaps. All right. Um, so like I said, if it's love, maybe this is someone that you feel is like, I just heard the perfect match. Maybe that's what it is. This would be someone who's really single, or maybe you're trying to figure out if they are. Um, Maybe it's someone who's really independent. Again, this is someone that kind of stands alone with that Nine of Pentacles. The Hierophant, the Temperance, tells me that there's a lot of commitment, or maybe there's a place that brings you guys together if it is a person. Why the Hierophant, Temperance? Yeah, seeing each other over and over again. So this does feel repetitive. All right. Okay. And if it's work, it just feels like it's in your same career. It's doing something that you've been doing for a while. You have more independence. You might be questioning if you have what it takes. But I think you are, little bird. I think your little wings are ready to open up and carry you off. All right. We did call out fixed signs, didn't we? If not, let's call them out again. We have Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, and Scorpio just screaming for attention. Listen, big life changes. Big, big. This feels big. It feels very positive. As I whisper, I don't want to jinx it. It feels positive. It does. All right, my babies. Let's see if this is going to happen. All right. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number twos. Will this happen for my group twos, and what do they need to know? Thank you, Spirit. What do my group twos need to know? Will this happen for them? Will this happen for my group twos? What do they need to know? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number twos, please. Will this happen for them? Whatever they're coming to this reading for, will this happen for them? Messages for my group twos, please. Whatever they're coming to this reading for, will this happen? We have the Knight of Cups in reverse. All right. We have, okay, babe. Here's the thing, is that it could happen, but there's a sense here of some of you guys are waiting and waiting and waiting. Or if it's not, I'm not encouraging you to take an offer that isn't to your standard, because the Four of Cups could be rejection, but it could also be not realizing that the universe is trying to hand us an opportunity and we're choosing to kind of wait. Is this going to happen for my group number twos? Judgment. Okay, I like that. Tell me about the Four of Cups. Okay, so I think you guys are going to, there's some unfinished cycle here, or there's something here that maybe you're going to have the chance to repeat again, or there's something that's repeating here. And you are making the call to wait for an actual, maybe it's the right time. So look, yes, it is going to happen. There's two stories coming through, okay? And I already briefly mentioned one of them. For others of you, okay, for everyone, I think the common thing that everyone has is that it feels like there is some kind of rejection. It's either a rejection wound, or we're not satisfied or happy with the offers or what's currently going on. And this feels like it repeats some kind of cycle. It does. And maybe that's already what you're facing. But for some of you guys, it might be that you're not seeing opportunity where there is opportunity. Do not take that if you know that's not for you. That's not for everyone. Because for some of you, you may not be seeing that there's opportunity if there's a little bit of imposter syndrome within you about this being able to work out, or you being good enough, or this, or you trusting yourself, or maybe you don't trust this person. I don't know, you know? So there's different things coming through because some of you guys are further along in your journey and in your lessons than others. You know, we're all gonna end up in the same place, but it's just how we choose to get there. So that's not for everyone, but for some of you, it could be that, right? And for others of you, it could be that maybe you do get kind of an offer and you're like, nope, that's not it. Nope, I don't want that. I don't want that person. That's not for me. Nope, that's not for me. I'm not going to repeat some kind of cycle. I'm going to wait. I don't care how long it takes because I know God got me, universe got me, Allah got me, anyone that you pray to, my friends, or that you don't pray to or that you believe in, or maybe you're not even spiritual and you're just here to get some kind of entertainment out of it. Whatever it is, you're choosing to wait. Maybe it's better timing. Um, because I feel you're making this call because there's either, you know, there's something better coming, or you know that your heart is leading you in the right direction, or you're waiting for something that you truly love and care about, which is good. That's how it should be. Ace of Wands with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Tell me more about that. Will this end up happening? Yeah, there's a challenge here. There's a challenge in you. It's good that you lead with the heart, but it's so important to not just get swept up in the excitement and ignore certain conversations or certain things that we need to communicate, because there is a shutdown of either communication or emotion or questions that need to be asked, or even a shutdown with how you feel, or I don't know, there's something here that feels like it's a wrench. So yes, it's going to happen. You're going to have the opportunity. For some of you guys, it's like 3 months or by the end of the year. For others of you, it's not that long, but you know, just looking at the wheel and that Three of Wands, and you are going to have an opportunity, but it's going to be really important for you guys to really kind of think about how you're showing up and how past situations have worked out for you. And if there's anything that you can do that you would have done differently back then, can you apply that now? That's all I'm going to say. All right, tell me more, please. This Four of Cups with the Emperor. So if this is about a person that you're asking about, this could be someone that's very avoidant, and it's going to be repeating some kind of cycle that doesn't really go anywhere. You guys could be waiting to unite with this person or travel to this person, and you know, you're really understanding, or you really like them or love them, and you guys, you know, will have passion with that Ace of Wands. But then it's like the important questions. Yeah, it's like the now we're talking to those of you that it is a romantic interest. This does feel it's a karmic person, or this person has karmic lessons, but those lessons are yours. I almost didn't even want to say it. They're yours. Bitch, we all have them. Don't get mad at me. We do. We all have them. And this just happens to be whoever I'm talking to. And I see you, bestie. I get it. But just be careful, okay? Is this going to happen? Yeah, you might have the chance to ride this person into the sunset. But conversations and opening up, I don't know. It feels like there's some kind of challenge there. And it feels like this person might come in avoidant. Anything else? Will this happen for my group number twos? All right. So be careful because this person could go cold or there is ghosting energy. All right. All right, my babies. Well, that's what I'm getting today in regards to that. Man, we have Sagittarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Aries, Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio coming through. All right. Well, there's a lot of happiness, and I want you to protect that happiness. And like I said, maybe it's just a challenge of thinking about how maybe you could show up different if you feel like you can. That's definitely not for everyone, but I hope that makes sense. All right. All right, my babies. I love you guys. I want us all to be doing good. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number 2s. We have illumination and ghost. So things are going to be coming to light, but there is something or someone coming around from the past. Now, a ghost is dead, right? But it hasn't been laid to rest. So anything that hasn't been laid to rest is going to be bubbling to the surface with the situation. There could be fears as well. Maybe you're the one that's going ghost. Mystery and space. So yeah, there's it feels like there's no togetherness, or it feels a little isolating. It also feels like there's a lot of shadow work to move through as well. Like I said, will you get the thing that you want? Yes. Will there be some of the stuff that comes up? Yes, according to my cards. That's just what I'm predicting over here with my little cards today. My group number 2s, that is what I have for you today, my babies. Please, please take care of yourselves. Stay protected. You guys are too precious, all right? Thank you so much for being here, and I'll catch you at the next one. Thanks, guys. Hello, my group number 3s. If you picked the sticker, then welcome to your reading, friends. Today we have a special little reading lined up. We are going to be doing a Delulu checkpoint. Will this happen for you? So whatever this is on your mind, we are going to be taking a look into, is it going to end up, is it going to end up happening, and what you need to know about that. My group number 3s, we are going to be asking the question, what is your situation and circumstance that you are looking into? This part should help you connect to this group and this reading. And then we'll be asking the big question of, will this happen? If you want to know more about what a Delulu checkpoint is, it is just basically a way of keeping ourselves in check and asking, am I being delusional, or is this actually going to pan out the way that I think it is? This reading is just meant to help bring clarity and guidance in regards to that. But keep in mind, it is a collective reading, so it's super important for you to use your own discernment. Please know that not everyone is coming here to listen for the same reasons that you are. Thank goodness, right? Everyone's living different realities, almost like similar journeys, right? But different realities. I don't know if that makes sense, but anyway. What I mean to say is, know which lane is yours. If I happen to talk about this like it's love related, but it's actually career related, then take it how it applies. I will be going back and forth between different storylines as they come in. And with that being said, let's try to see what you can expect here and what's going on. If you are interested in more Delulu checkpoint readings, this is a playlist. Go ahead and check it out. The oldest reading in there is the one that has the most views. And that one, I go deep into what a Delulu checkpoint is. So, my babies, let's dive in. Thank you so, so much for being here today. I hope you guys are having a good day or night. And let's tap in. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel these messages today for my group number 3s. Messages for my group 3s, please. Messages for my group number 3s. All right, let's tap in. What is their current situation and circumstance that they're coming to this reading for? What's my group 3's current situation and circumstance that they're coming to this reading for? Messages for my group 3's, please. What is their current situation and circumstance that they're coming to this reading for? How will they know this is their reading? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group 3's. How will my group 3's know this is their reading? What's their current situation and circumstance? All right, we have 2 Pentacles in reverse, 3 of Cups. What's their current situation and circumstance they're coming to this reading for? All right. Oh, you guys, this is giving a little, this is going to sound random, but it is giving a little mean girls. Now you're cute, you're taking care of yourself, but there is almost this energy of, oh, not good enough. There, that's not good enough, or I don't know. Maybe it's not that, but that Queen of Wands in reverse. You could also have like people that are like jealous of you, or the vibe that you're kind of giving off right now, because you are in this place, the Empress, right? You're very receptive, very abundant, and it's like people can tell you have it going on. Like people can tell. Even on your off days, or even when if you don't think you have it together, if you're like, oh, my house is a mess, and people are like, what are you talking about? It's so cool in here, it's so cute. Or you know that Queen of Wands in reverse could also, I don't normally get this, but I am getting this right now. It's almost like a sense of dissatisfaction, but it would almost be, I don't know, out of frustration. That's an interesting energy. We're going to see why. It's like you have it all, you have it going on, but I don't know if there's like a little bit of insecurity that's coming through. Messages for my group number threes. What's their situation and circumstance that they're coming to this reading for? How will they know this is their reading? How will they know this is their reading? Eight of Cups. Oh, because of love. Maybe it's love, or walking away from partnerships or certain people. It doesn't even have to be just lovers. This could also be like friends. So I do think that there's something new here for you, but at the same time, maybe it's triggering some kind of feelings with that Queen of Wands in reverse. Why the Three of Cups? Messages for my group threes. What's their current situation and circumstance that they're coming to this reading for? Three of Swords. Why the Queen of Wands? Hermit reverse. So you saw something, or you heard something, or you have new love coming in, or you're getting new emotions, or you have a new interest. There's something that's bestie. I don't know. There's something that's triggering you. It doesn't have to be you, but whoever I'm talking to in this reading, I can't read around that. This feels uncomfortable, or this feels like something's disappointed me and I'm frustrated. Maybe you feel like you kind of dipped your toes into dating and you kind of saw enough and you're like, nope, not for me. Three of Swords, it hurts, or it's going to lead to disappointment. I'm frustrated. I shouldn't have done that. I'm over it. Love's not for me. Or you were recently, there was an opportunity for love, or there is about to be, and you kind of know it, or you saw it. And then it's like, nope, I might get hurt. Not for me. Maybe it's a specific person. Why the Empress? Maybe this is someone that you want to have a chance with, but you had to walk away from them. But this almost feels like, okay, if that is the thing, which I think there's a big group of you that's probably a thing. It feels like this isn't an old wound. It feels like something maybe recently happened, Like it doesn't seem like most of you would be feeling this way over something already being a while. Judgment. So you're making a judgment call. Okay, that's good. You're walking away from anything toxic. But at the same time, that hasn't been easy. Again, it could be lovers, one specific person, or even friends. It could even be like a career, right? That just wasn't for you. And you're trying to focus on having a healthier, happier existence that is abundant and you can provide for yourself. And even if romantic love or the right partner or the right partnership isn't around, you're still fine because, it's almost like self sufficient. It's not self sufficient in a way, though, where it's like toxic, like independent or hyper independent, as many people have been have to pushed into being in life, which I get. It doesn't feel like it's that. It feels like this is coming from a place of, I know my worth, I know my value, and this is all I can do right now, or I'm making the judgment call. But this Queen of Wands in reverse with the Hermit in reverse tells me that even the thought of going back to something or revisiting or seeing something again or someone again or something bringing you back, it brings back some kind of pain, or it stirred something up. So it almost feels like there's a reality that you're kind of saying that you had to face, or you did face, when it comes to love, partnerships, or a specific relationship. And you're being very honest about that, or you're being very truthful about how you view love, partnership. Tell me more, please. Why the Two of Pentacles in reverse with the Two of Cups? Magician, manifesting new love. Why the Three of Cups with the Three of Swords? Justice reverse, but it just hasn't worked out, or things don't feel fair. Unsatisfied is what keeps coming through. I do think you guys are manifesting love, but it does feel like it has been frustrating, or there has been some painful lessons. Why the Queen of Wands in reverse with the Hermit? The Star, healing energy. Yeah, no, this is about Five of Swords. You're conflicted. Six of Pentacles. Maybe also like breadcrumbing is triggering, or you got triggered, or again, there might be someone that you're talking to or seeing again, or you're getting like a little bit here and there, and I think you're just waiting for the one. Look at you're making a judgment call about your divine counterpart, or the one, right? So you're trying to manifest change here, and you're making some kind of judgment call. Tell me about the Eight of Cups with the Devil in reverse. You could have walked away from a toxic cycle, or patterns, behaviors, or a person, a relationship, or a job. Why the Eight of Cups? Seven of Pentacles. You decided to reprioritize. You're investing differently. You're also, I feel like there's the expectation here of the right one will invest in you, and the past will be like a thing of the past. There will definitely be like, there's certain traits or certain things that used to happen, or that you went through, or if it's a specific person that they were like, or, you know, if it's a job, that the job in the past, it's like, we're not doing that again. I need to make sure that our priorities are the same. I need to make sure that we're investing in the right things, and we're investing in this. A lot of you guys, this is what you did. You walked away in order to reprioritize and invest in yourselves. Tell me why the Two of Cups in reverse with the Seven of Swords in reverse. Knight of Wands. Knight of Pentacles. So it feels like it's, again, it just feels like it's taken a while to kind of see clearly. Maybe you feel like in the past there was like rose-colored glasses, right? Or the wool had been pulled over your eyes in some kind of way with passion and desire. Maybe in the past you viewed inconsistencies as being exciting, or someone who was a little more unpredictable, or a more, yeah, it's almost like things that didn't look very secure at one point were the things that were maybe luring you in, but because there was a lot of illusion there, and it just took a while, Knight of Pentacles, to kind of see clearly. So with time, it feels like with time, you've learned a lot, and you've seen through illusions, especially when it comes to other people. Love, partnerships, like I said, if it's lovers or friendships. All right, Ten of Wands. Hierophant in reverse, Six of Cups. There could be this feeling of you feel burdened, or you feel like you have a lot on your plate. Or for those of you that, you know, want to be parents, maybe your age or your stage or how long something's taken might kind of be a thought that comes up. Definitely not for everyone. All right, we have Aries, Capricorn, Taurus, Libra. Fire signs showing up as well. We have Aquarius, Libra again, Aries again. All right. Well, let's see. Will this happen for you? If that made sense to you, congratulations for one, my group threes. And for second of all, let's dive in. Let's see. Will this happen for you? Thank you, Spirit. Will this happen for my group number threes? Whatever it is they're coming to this reading for, will this happen for them? Thank you, Spirit. Whatever it is they're coming to this reading for, will this happen for my group number threes? Will this happen? Thank you, Spirit. One more. Will this happen for my group threes? Yes. First of all, yeah. Second of all, yeah. We have Justice reverse. We have Five of Cups reverse. Okay, so here's the thing. This is going to happen for you, but there's a lot of insecurities here, or a lot on kind of your side that is coming through. Where this Queen of Wands in reverse, you know, there's an energy here of you're kind of set on something, or your mentality when it comes to something. There's like an old way. Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, thank you, Spirit, for helping me understand. A lot of you guys, your idea of what is going to make you happy or what you want is based off of a version of yourselves that you may not be anymore. Does that make sense? Like, I'm not saying that what you want is unevolved. I'm saying that the version of you that wanted those things wasn't where you're at now. And so that might change. So are you going to be happy? Yes. Do you guys want family, community? You know, it's here. But it's how it comes up, or your thoughts on it, or your view, or your kind of attitude towards it, that is being highlighted for some reason. So let's work through it. Don't hate me yet. All right. Messages for my group threes. Will this happen for them? Why the Ten of Cups? Messages for my group threes. Will this happen for them? We have Six of Swords. We have Justice reverse. Tell me about the Queen of Wands. Why the Ace of Swords? So there's a lot of concern here. There is a lot of concern, and there's a lot of anxieties over things that either haven't happened, or we're thinking of old things, or we're just trapped in a thought. And there's a lot of frustration over someone else, or lack, like what they lack, or it's like there's a feeling of being upset. There's also maybe even a feeling of like wanting to control someone else, or control what it is that they want. And there's frustration over them not wanting the same thing that you do, or them not showing up the way that you want them to. And because you might be so set on what they're doing or what they're not doing, we may not be realizing that we're missing it. I just heard we're missing it. What's it? I don't know. It might be life. It might be other good things in our lives. It might be other ways to, I don't know. It just might be other things. Because there's a feeling here of it's not fair. It's unjust. It's not going my way. But this Ten of Cups and the Six of Swords tells me that if you allow yourself to move on and move forward, and it's like do the work and let yourself get to a better place, you're going to be happy. But there's this old idea that we're hanging on to. It's like everything that you're not. I'm looking at everything that you're not. And instead of saying, actually, I'm looking at everything that you are, you know, it's like, I'm not telling you to look at a toad and say, that's my soulmate. Hell no, bestie, I don't want that for you. You think I want to be reading a toad? No. But what I am saying here is that there is something here, an old mentality, something that if it does feel stubborn. This is not going to be for everybody. This is not for everybody. I can tell. Maybe it's also fears over, for those of you, you know, that are women and want children, maybe there's fears over the age thing, or that not happening, or how we feel about it, or if it's that you don't want it, it's maybe, you know, I don't know, maybe there's some kind of pressure. I love that the Empress is here upright. I do. But the fact that you're coming up as the Queen of Wands reversed 2 times in the reading is interesting to me with the Empress, because that Queen of Wands tells me I'm not feeling secure. And the Empress is older and more mature. So it could be feeling I'm not secure in my age, or I'm not secure. I want more. All right. Tell me why the Ten of Cups with the Six of Swords. Messages for my group number threes. Will this happen for them? Why the Ten of Cups with the Six of Swords? Three of Wands. Feels like there's it feels like there's either a wait, a move, like literally a physical move, or like there's something here about time and waiting and how things are going to turn out. Tell me why a Justice reverse with the Ace of Cups in reverse. Three of Cups. It's like you have a reunion, or you have people, or you have something here and you're saying no. The Queen energy is shut down. The Queen of Cups, I mean, is emotionally like kind of shut down, or maybe it's because of things that happened in the past. And I am not telling you, I'm not telling you to give the toad a chance. I don't even know if this is what this is about, but you might have your reasons for being shut down or shut off, but just be careful that you don't stay here with the Queen of Wands in reverse and this Ace of Swords in reverse, because this tells me it's my way or the highway. And I will die on this hill. And trust me, I fucking recognize that energy. I will die on some hills, bitch. I really will. I can't help it. And maybe you're the same. But there's something here that we're not seeing, and it's making us feel stuck, and we're not stuck. We're not trapped. That's the illusion, is feeling like you're trapped. Tell me why the Five of Cups in reverse with the Knight of Wands in reverse. Why the Five of Cups in reverse? Tell me why the Page of Cups in reverse with the Empress. Yeah, this is, you could be choosing to walk away from this. And you could be choosing to move on and move forward and say no. But for some of you, for some of you, that's it, period. Right? Like, that's your story. So we can leave it there. We know why you're leaving. We know why we get it. We don't need to, get upset over what I'm about to say, because the following part does not apply to you, my love. But for others of you, this is a situation where it's like you want love, you're waiting, and then there's a chance at it, and then we're seeing everything that is not right. And only you'll know if this is someone that you want to give a chance to or not, or if they're worth it or not. But for some of you, there is this feeling here of shutting down as a safety thing. And then to the point where we're not living our life to the fullest. We're not actually experiencing the things that we say we want to experience, because there's a lot of fear here over what could happen. So there's definitely different stories coming through. Like I said, that is not for those of you that have left this person because they did this, they did that. I'm over it. They're never going to grow. I get it. That's not for you. But for those of you that are on a slightly different part of your journey, this could be that because of what you've been through, there is a feeling here of just shutting down. And even if there is a chance at love, I'm not going to see that, because I just rather not. I don't trust you, or everyone cheats, or you're inconsistent, or this or that. Now, if people are showing you that they are, that's a different story. But for some of you guys, you may not even be getting to the point where you let someone kind of get close enough to even show you that. So our candle did just go out. An indicator of maybe you feel like the candle went out, the fire went out. Why the Queen of Wands in reverse with the Emperor reverse? Four of Swords reverse, Seven of Wands in reverse. So it's almost like you don't have fight left in you, or I don't know, you don't want to revisit. Maybe if this is someone, hopefully it's not someone from the past. I mean, maybe it is, but if it is someone from the past, there's a lot of healing here that was either triggered, or you're still being asked to kind of acknowledge and move through. Tell me why the Ace of Swords in reverse with the 9. Death. 6 of Cups. Chariot reverse. Yeah, so someone here wants to experience this or revisit this, but It's either fear over things not working out and really ruminating and really just, oh, just let me laser point at all the negatives. And some of you have a reason to do that, but others of you do not. Others of you don't. And it's just up to you to figure out what, like I said, which lane you're in. Okay. So I know this reading is about, will this happen for you? I do think that there is an opportunity here for things to change for you. And some of you might say, no, this isn't for me. And others of you are, I think it's just triggering. Regardless of what happens, it's going to be triggering. It's either going to trigger you into saying, okay, I was right to walk away. That's not for me. Or it's going to trigger you into wanting to say, nope, not me. I'm just going to shut down. I don't feel anything. I don't want that. I'm fine the way it is. My life is very beautiful and abundant. And I'm sure it is, bestie. But this might be triggering you to kind of nudge you to maybe leave the past in the past in order to start new if it's what you want. It's really hard to tell. Okay. All right. We have all signs showing up. Let's just call out the majors really quick, which are just Scorpio. What do we have down here? Oh, yeah. Scorpio, Aries, Libra, Taurus, and some more Libra. All right. There is a lot here. Maybe there is a lot of being let down or not relying on, not having a partner to rely on. And so that kind of gets you used to, you know, not being bothered by anyone or anything. And then when someone comes knocking and tries to get you using your brain or feeling things, you're like, oh, this isn't for me. I'm cool. I'm cool on my own. I felt that, bestie. Listen, it's me and my turtle. My Twinkie. Did you guys listen to the pet reading? You guys will have to let me know if you did. All right, let's get you guys some oracle cards. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number 3s, please. What else can we know? What do they need to know? Will this happen? Balance. So bringing balance into your life. Having the confidence to experience new things. Also, your confidence. We have isolation, surrender, and one more, please. And creativity. I love this. Maybe you are doing really well on your own, aren't you? I feel that too. But like I said, that Queen of Cups in reverse, we don't want to see the Empress shut down like that. On the outside, you have it together, you know, but we also want you to be feeling that way. And definitely feeling shut down in any kind of way blocks you off, especially if we let it go on for too long. So just be mindful of that isolation, okay? Surrender and creativity. Maybe you also like are exploring like new things with your look, or maybe even like your style, or your home, around your home. Maybe you're also, your creativity is sparking up right now. All right, my group number 3s, that is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope it resonated. Please take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you at the next one. Thanks, guys.